If you have Ehlers-Danlos loss and/or if you're neurodivergent, do you hate SMART goals? Whenever the topic of goal setting comes up, it seems like people say you need to set a SMART goal, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timely. Actually, depending on who you ask, different people will have different words that the letters stand for, which in itself seems like a flaw in the system. But anyway, in this video, I want to justify your hatred of SMART goals and give you an alternative. Because the thing is, SMART goals weren't something that was necessarily created based on any kind of data or research. And for all of our anti-capitalist class war baddies out there, SMART goals were actually created to get corporate workplaces working more efficiently by squeezing more out of the employees. Now, when it comes to chronic illnesses like Ehlers-Danlos, and especially when we're talking about fitness, that's my world of expertise, SMART goals kind of seem like they don't really work, which often leaves us feeling like a failure because we set these goals and then we just can't achieve them. But then we're like, well, I want to do something and get somewhere, and then we talk to someone and someone says, well, you need to set a SMART goal, so we do, and then we fail at that, and then we feel more like a failure. Drop a comment if you relate. Now, what's the alternative? Well, I'm glad you asked. There are these two smart people, Locke and Latham, who came up with this thing called Locke and Latham goal setting theory, which is based very much in scientific research. There are lots of components to their goal setting theory, but one of the particular components that resonated strongly with me as a strength coach with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome was the way that they divided goals up into performance goals or learning goals. So basically they said that the goals that we set fall into one of these two categories, and these are defined in the following way. A performance goal is one that we've done before and we know how to do. It's predictably achievable. We've got the skills, knowledge, and ability to do this. For example, I know how to drive a car. A performance goal might be to drive from point A to point B. I know how to do it. I have the skills involved, and provided there's no extenuating circumstances, I'll be able to do it. And I can tick that goal off like a checklist. On the other hand, we have learning goals. With a learning goal, there are skills required to achieve this outcome, and some or all of those skills we still have to learn. So if I set myself the goal of driving a semi-trailer truck from point A to point B, it sounds very similar to driving a car from point A to point B, but I've never driven a semi-trailer truck in my life. So I first need to learn how to drive that thing. I still need to acquire some of the skills required to achieve this goal. Therefore, it is a learning goal. Here's a very important thing to understand. If we want to optimize our chances of success for a performance goal, we want to make it challenging and specific. And this is where SMART goals can actually be pretty useful. But on the other hand, if we want to optimize our chances of success with a learning goal, we need to remove time pressure and take an approach of curiosity, learning, and grace. So how does this apply to fitness goals with Ehlers-Danlos and other chronic illnesses? The fitness industry treats fitness goals like performance goals, but due to the unpredictable nature of our bodies with Ehlers-Danlos, our fitness goals are more often than not learning goals. Tomorrow I might have a symptom that shows up that I've never had before, and I still need to learn the skills and how to manage that. If we treat a learning goal like a performance goal, we're setting ourselves up for failure. So with EDS, we need to approach our fitness goals with learning, curiosity, no time constraints, and grace, and save our SMART goals for more predictable journeys.